And yeah, you can think it's weird or whatever, but we're in creation, and creation is actually strange. That's it. And even though people think it's life, and they want to think it's life, and they really do because they have emotions and they put their sincerity and intent into everything, and they've worked hard and all these ideas, and so they want something out of it, some kind of value. So they're going to just encompass themselves in it, etc. But no, what you're being shown there is that yes, we'll say that it was Rebazar in the beginning, but it was a fake Rebazar. Okay, it wasn't quite like Rebazar, and yeah, I know that step is kind of a cartoon step where the person is kind of stepping widely and big steps and has this cane almost like a jester in a way, and
Yes.
all of a sudden it transforms because that's the influence. You were shown there by the end of the experience, as you went through the experience of all of that. Oh, you won something. Oh, you're the big prize winner. Just like they have contests in here and whatever, and it's like, oh, you won something and life's going to be better, it's going to be great for you, and oh, you're the and the press is there and all that. They make it look really good. All this invented makeup, because we're all actors, and so you've got all this makeup going in this big warehouse. Again, the warehouse gives it away. It's just a bigger enclosure, is all it is, and you're seeing what they're doing. And yes, the idea is why? Because no, it doesn't make sense. When you look at trees and you look at the sky and the sun shining and the ocean, it makes sense. And breathing the air, fresh, clean air, drinking clean water, etc., it makes sense with your survival. But foo-foo, it's interesting. People are interested in it, and we have fun with it. But it doesn't make sense, does it? And so again, it was all a masquerade. But at the very end, you saw that there was a transformation there. In other words, you were being fooled, thinking that you won something, etc., and that it's this is what the masses are told. Just like political speeches, it's like, oh, just like Trump. Oh, let's make America great again. Everybody stand up and do your part to make America great again. And so what he's really saying is, as you do your part, me and my friends will steal it all. But they don't say it that way. See, but they're making you think that, oh, you won something, and you won, getting to go through this factory, and you won the opportunity to, give pieces of yourself away. So what the dream is doing, what the experience is doing, is exaggerating to where it's not only something that your vote or whatever, but it's actually body parts that you're giving away. There's an old movie in the 70s with Michael Douglas when he was really young called Coma. You want to see that one too? Very, very real, because that's what they do today. They're taking body parts, and when you go in the hospital, some of the hospitals and doctors, because they're notorious, they will say, oh, you've got this or that wrong with you. We got to take out your kidney. It's not really good. Well, they're going to take it out and they're going to sell it. What they're going to do. You don't need that kidney. You got another one. Okay. You don't need your heart or your stomach. We'll give you a plastic one. It's much better. Then they're going to go sell it. It's a business. And you're seeing what they're doing. And see, with the genitals, that really gets your attention because, you've heard of heart transplants and all that. Okay, well, no big deal. But now when it becomes your genitals and your equipment, etc., your personal equipment, well, that hits home, doesn't it? That gets your attention. So you went through the factory, and all of a sudden, where's the other guy that looked like Revazor? And all of a sudden, there's a woman standing there. Well, you're in the house of mirrors. Things look to be, but they're not what you think they are, because it's about awareness. So, no, your experience was very, very good. It's showing you what's actually going on. Again, you have very good experiences. They're showing you right up front what's going on, but you're the decider. If you want to accept this and learn more, you can. Or, it's kind of like a little preview to a movie. They show you a preview, and it's like, do you want to see the rest of the movie? Do you want to pay for that? Because you see the commercial on TV free. Now, do you want to pay to see the rest of the movie? Or it's like, nah, forget it. It means nothing to me. So again, do you want to explore and see what's really going on? Because you're seeing it, they're showing you what's really going on in this world, and do you want to get through it? That makes sense, because you're seeing what they're doing. This world is a factory. It's become a factory. And everything's a factory. And everything is producing something. Look at all the production. Look at when you go into Walmart, Home Depot, wherever, all these places. I'm amazed at all the stuff that is made. And, just like looking at a car, every part of that car, when you start taking that car apart, all the parts, you have to make molds to where you pour in steel, and it has to be hardened a certain way. And it has to be, once it comes out of the mold, it has to be, sanded and shaved, sandblasted, whatever, cured to fit perfectly, especially engine parts and whatever, paint jobs, what have you. Look at all the delicacy that it takes to produce a car. And all those parts to screw the frickin' things together in the factories and whatever. Everything's a frickin' factory. Now compare that to the great outdoors, and like I said, being at the beach or something. And, again, people, for the most part, look at New York City. Look at these big cities. Everybody lives indoors. And they think that if they have a view of Park Avenue, which is just a bunch more buildings with a bunch of pollution around them and Wi-Fi, they think that's a big deal. And they'll pay a lot of money for it. And they'll work harder for that. But where are the trees? Where are the birds? Where's anything? Well, they're all dead because of the Wi-Fi and whatever. But you got the business world, and you got a great view of the Hudson River that's dead. It's just great, isn't it?
Yeah. What I got from that, it was just kind of the deception and how easily everyone around me was kind of falling for the facade. Why not give something up, something so important, just because they ask you to, or tell you that, hey, this is fun, this is what you should do. It's just how willing people were to, like, a man was willing to give, their penis in this case. I mean, that's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Well, it's like voting. Does it make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Voting for somebody you don't know. People think they do because they see the marketing ploy. They think, oh, this guy's a good guy. He talks really good. Just words. But people go out, they take their time to vote. For who? You don't know them. And they're all
actors.
Yeah, they're all actors, and the end result after the fact, it can be right after or during or afterwards or years later. All of a sudden, all this stuff starts to show up, and yet people every year they go out and vote. They're looking for a better president, a better man, etc. And look at all the people. Look at again Trump, one of the stupidest people on the planet, just because he knows how to screw people out of money. That's what he's done. He's lied and cheated. I could tell you about his business life, etc. He's made it look good. Again, like the monarchy and the government, they make it look good how they steal from others. And that's what he's done. That's why he's up there. That's why they like him. And that whole court case, just like the Johnny Depp case, that was all a show. That was all an act to gain people's sympathy. All those people saying, oh, he's being wronged and he's being accused wrong, to generate all that attention. Now look at the crowds. Oh, he won the battle. Oh, he got fined or whatever. He should go to jail, but no, he didn't go to jail because they don't want him in jail. They want him out there. He's the big show. He's put on a big show. He's done great. And so again, look at all the people now, and he's supposedly ahead in the polls. But it looked really bad for a while. All these things that he had to go through and whatever. Heck, He was paid to go. He was paid billions to do all that, to put on that big show and to get all those people's attention focused to stay one-dimensional and stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all a show, all an act. And all the press and all the stuff and all the news media about it. Oh, Trump didn't do good today. The judge said this or whatever. You know, I took little bits and pieces and looked at this, and it's all such a BS joke when you can see through it, the whole thing. I don't follow any of that stuff or whatever, because it's all just a mock up and a lie to fool people and to get them to think a certain way and to react. The reaction is the biggest thing. Not only their thinking, but they wanted people to react and get emotionally involved and look at the crowd. And you know, a lot of those people that you see on the TV, all the crowd net, they're hired to go there and do all that. They're hired. Oh yeah, they do that. A lot of them do that. They hire a lot of hundreds of them. They don't care how much it costs. They want the people there. They hire them, and they hire them to cheer and do all this stuff to activate others. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they hire them. Yeah, it's all a big show, just like in the movies. It's all a big show. And getting people to react. What are you voting for? More stupidness? That's all you're going to get.
Yeah, that's the option on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah, you're not going to, what are you going to get? How things going to get better? It ain't.
So you should vote for me.
Yeah, you're just going to get stupidness. More stupid. Look at Biden. I mean, he's a perfect example because, again, the president's office is supposed to be something special. Well, it's not. They proved that it's not. They make it look good. They act calm and cool and whatever, like they know what they're doing. They don't know what the frig they're doing. And what do?
I'm like the only real candidate.
It's not about that. Again, it's a sham. Do you know that before Washington, there was another government formulated? And then the Illuminati.
I think you said that last week, actually.
Yeah, there was. But they don't tell you that. Now, in some history books.
You told us that.
Yeah, but not all of them. They're not going to teach you that in school because they want you to learn the dumbed down version. The literalized control.
You already told us.
Yeah. So again, it's very real. So again, you want to constantly take a look at how you've come through this life. First of all, you have to learn about your personal self so you have a reference to reflect upon and see how you've been literalized, and use that awareness to be able to see something different that's very subtle, and starting with your intuitive side, and eventually the real side experiences, you start putting it together, and then all of a sudden you will develop a view that only you see. It's real, but it's invisible, and that's reality.
Eric, we were just discussing a little bit before about their dream. We're actually getting direct, it's kind of somewhat on the very same topic. It's very interesting how the same things consistently seem to come up. Almost as if it's wanting to make itself known.
It's time loop, man.
Yeah, well, you're going through the process, and it's okay. The idea is, now you know, you don't have to agree with anything here, but of course you have to deal with it. Yeah, you don't have to like it. It's not about like or dislike. It's about you have to deal with it, but you're going through your process of learning. Okay? You're learning to become more aware. When you focus on that, then you'll see the process is okay. And yeah, it sucks at times and you get bored. Take naps, do whatever, watch a little TV, offset it, but do what you got to do. Okay, just maintain yourself, but it's maintaining yourself and learning to recognize what's really going on. Not so much about creation, it's about your awareness while you're in creation.